Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping into a book that has genuinely changed the lives of millions of people, Paulo Coelho's incredible story, The Alchemist. So let's just start with a really big question, okay? It's the one that sits right at the very heart of this entire book. Take a second and really think about it. Now, to even begin to answer a question that huge, the book says we first have to confront something it calls the world's greatest lie, this fundamental misunderstanding we have about our own lives. So this idea gets introduced to our hero, Santiago. He's a young shepherd who, has a pretty decent life. It's comfortable, it's predictable, but he's got this nagging feeling, this pull, telling him there's gotta be something more, that fate can't be the whole story. And how does that pull show up? Well, it comes to him in a dream. And we're not talking about just a one-off thing. It's this recurring, super vivid dream about a treasure just waiting for him at the Egyptian pyramids. His whole adventure starts not with a map, but with a dream that's just too persistent to ignore. Okay, so if believing that fate controls our lives is the world's greatest lie, then what's the truth? Well, the book gives us this incredibly powerful concept as an answer: your personal legend. A mysterious old king named Melchizedek explains this to Santiago. He says that when you're young, it's all so clear, isn't it? Your personal legend feels totally possible. You're not afraid to dream big, and it feels like anything can happen. And Santiago had actually already taken a step in this direction, way before he met the king. You can see here on one side, there's what his parents wanted for him: become a priest, have stability, bring pride to the family. But on the other side, that was his dream: to travel, see the world, experience things for himself. He was already listening to that inner voice. So it's one thing to have a dream, right? But it's a whole other thing to know how to actually follow it, especially when you have no idea where you're going. The book's answer? You have to learn to read the omens. The old king basically tells him the universe isn't just sitting there silently. No, it's actively trying to communicate with you. It leaves little signs, these guideposts, to nudge you in the right direction, towards your personal legend. We're not talking about, lightning bolts from the sky. For Santiago, these omens were often really simple things. A butterfly floats by, and he remembers his grandfather saying that was a good sign. He's given 2 stones to help him make decisions. Later on, he sees 2 hawks fighting, and suddenly he gets this incredible vision. It's all about paying attention to what the book calls the language without words. But let's be real for a second. This is not a simple follow your dreams, and it'll all be sunshine and rainbows kind of story. No way. Following your personal legend is hard. It's going to test your courage and your will to keep going. And man, his first big test comes almost immediately. The moment he truly commits, look what happens. First, he sells his entire flock of sheep. That's everything he owns in the world. He gets on a boat and travels to a new continent. And then, bam, within hours of arriving, he gets tricked and robbed of every last cent. He's totally alone with nothing. Can you just imagine how defeated he felt? He ends up spending 1 whole year working in a little crystal shop, just trying to earn enough money to get back home. An entire year. And it's in that shop that he meets the crystal merchant, who's basically his exact opposite. See, this guy has his own personal legend. He's dreamed his whole life of going to Mecca, but he's terrified to actually do it because he's worried that once he does, he'll have nothing left to live for. He'd rather just keep it as a safe dream. And this is the moment of truth for Santiago. After a year of hard work, he saved up enough money to go home and buy twice as many sheep as he had before. He could be a rich, comfortable shepherd. Or he could risk everything all over again for a treasure he only knows about from a dream. This is it. This is the real test. And he chooses the treasure. He goes for it. And as he keeps going, journeying deeper into the desert, he starts to tap into this deep spiritual force that connects absolutely everything. The book calls it the soul of the world. It's this beautiful idea that everything, a grain of sand, a hawk in the sky, you, me, everything has a soul and is part of this one universal conversation. It's like the spiritual glue that holds the entire universe together. And this is what leads to what is probably the most famous, most powerful message in the entire book. When you really want something, that desire isn't just yours. It actually comes from the soul of the world itself. And because of that, the entire universe literally conspires. It works together to help you get there.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that going after your personal legend isn't some selfish little quest. It's actually your main job, your mission here on Earth. By making your dream a reality, you're actually helping to improve the soul of the world for everybody.
You see, in the end, Santiago's story isn't really about a shepherd boy finding some gold. It's a mirror. It's about us. And so, it leaves you with the biggest question of all. What is your personal legend? And, if you listen closely, what omens are already out there trying to show you the way?